Soccer is the world's most popular sport. It's also one of the most grueling sports there is. Grueling because the stress put upon the body is constant. Soccer players must be flexible, must have endurance, and must have strength. Because of the stress on the body, the soccer athlete needs to be in condition to prevent injuries. Getting and keeping the feel for the ball is extremely important in soccer. Doing calisthenics with the ball will have two effects on the athlete. One will be the benefits of the exercise, the other will be the continuous feel of the ball. To prevent muscles and joints from becoming injury prone, they must be flexible. These basic warm-up and stretching exercises, along with harder variations, will make the body more flexible. This figure 8 stretching exercise will help to develop many areas of the player's body, most obvious the arms, back, and legs. Note that the whole body is swaying from one side to the other. This is another stretching exercise. Again, note the exercise is being done with a ball. When in the bending position, the ball is placed at 3 positions. Bending to each side like this player is doing stretches the leg muscles. Watch how the waist is being twisted so as to develop flexibility in that area of the body. Here's another exercise that will help create flexibility in your body. Sit, then reach forward with your hands to your toes, hold this position for a few seconds. Then relax and loosen your knees and repeat the sequence. This exercise will help create a feeling for the ball. In this exercise, the back and legs are being stretched. Practice this exercise for about 1 minute. There are many different ways in which to loosen the muscles. This method of rocking will make your back more flexible and help develop a feeling for the ball. It should be done for about 30 seconds. Note how the ball is being held between the ankles. Exercises like this one stretch the back both ways. First, have the back bend forward like in many of the other exercises, then curve the back the other way. Watch how the player stretches the thigh area. Remember that stretching and flexibility exercises are extremely important and should always be done before practicing or playing. This exercise will stretch many parts of your body, your legs, back, and neck, just to name a few. Note how arched his back is. Practice this exercise for about 30 seconds. Keeping the knees loose is very important in soccer, as in many other sports. Many serious injuries occur because of the strain put upon them. Bending and loosening the knees and ankles before playing may help prevent injuries. This variation on the push-up will certainly develop strength. By doing it this way, you will also be able to improve your balance. Another leg stretching exercise designed to loosen other parts of the leg muscles is this. When the knee is raised to the chest area, give the leg a little more pull to stretch the muscle. After the flexibility period, run with your legs extending to the chest area. In other words, keep the knees high. Hopping over a ball like this player is doing builds strength in the legs and thighs. It can also develop endurance. Ask any good soccer player what's the most important skill to master. He'll probably say controlling the ball. This is one method of getting the feel of the ball. By hopping with alternating feet like this player is doing, confidence in controlling the ball can start to be developed. Bouncing the ball between the feet like this would be the next step in learning to control the ball. In doing this exercise, you'll begin to feel the amount of pressure you will need to control the action of the ball. Juggling the ball is another way of learning to control it. Note the different heights at which the ball is being kicked. Also note the different parts of the legs being used in doing it. Learning to dribble the ball is one of the first skills you'll need to know. The feeling for the ball needs to be developed at the very beginning. Dribbling should be practiced and maintained throughout your soccer playing career. With enough practice, you may develop a real feeling for the ball and this game. Watch this person's rhythm. In soccer, exercises that emphasize quickness are desired. This is one basic exercise that develops both quickness and ball control. While playing soccer, you may fall down several times. This exercise quickens your recovery time. Two players kicking the ball fast to one another helps quicken reaction time. This is a good warm-up exercise and also helps develop ball control skills. Running can develop a great many parts of the body. Besides developing muscles, stamina and endurance can greatly be increased. In soccer, you will need to run very fast at times, and at other times very slow. This takes endurance. To achieve endurance, run very fast for a few meters, then slowly for a few meters. As in all sports, running is a part of the discipline that pays off in the end. Running over different types of terrain, such as at a park or beach, can add to your physical fitness and happiness. This next series of warm-up drills will prepare your goalkeeper for his position. Take one ball and kick it to the goalkeeper like this. Note that the ball is being kicked at different heights and speeds. Now take two balls and do the same things. This can assimilate the rapid action oftentimes found in competition. Watch how little time the goalkeeper is given to react to the ball. This is also good practice for the field player. This exercise can teach a goalkeeper how not to overrun or underrun a ball. Also, it can develop a sense of timing. Now have your goalie get in this position and then kick the ball in a rapid-fire manner. This exercise can also give your goalie better reaction time. Here's another variation of the other exercise. In each one of the exercises, we try to give the goalkeeper less time to react. With his back towards the ball, he's given very little time to see it. Here's a variation on the other exercise, but now the goalkeeper is kneeling, and it becomes more difficult to react. Here's another exercise to quicken a goalie's reaction time. In vigorous training like this, you may be able to prepare yourself for when the situation arises in a game. Tipping the ball is important and should be practiced. Quickness, timing, and judgment of the ball must be mastered. Sometimes the goalkeeper must dive for a ground ball. Note how the goalie uses his whole body to block the ball. To give the goalkeeper more of a challenge, have two offensive players pressure him. Watch how the goalie moves decisively to block the ball. The goalkeeper must learn how to close the vulnerable area of the goal. The goalie must move directly towards the offensive player at each angle the player hits from. Note the pressure on the goalie to get ready for the next situation. Anticipation and quick reactions are two important qualities for a goalkeeper. These drills help teach a goalie to defend the goal from different positions and angles. Many goal-saving techniques are involved. There are many warm-up drills to help the entire team. These drills and their variations can help instill the fundamental kicks, passes, and dribbles of the ball. This is the first drill. Variations are obvious. Have three players stand in this type position. A, B, and C represent people. A has the ball. A passes the ball to B. After kicking the ball, A moves between B and C, while C takes A's place. Now B has the ball. Note where the three players are now. B kicks the ball to C and moves between A and C. At the same time, A takes B's place. C, now having the ball, kicks it to A, then moves between A and B takes over C's spot. Note that the ball is being kicked back and forth in this manner between the players at the bottom of the diagram. A now kicks to B and moves between B and C. C takes over A's spot. After B kicks the ball to C, B moves between A and C, and A moves to B's position. Now C kicks the ball to A and moves between A and B. B takes the place of C. We're now at the beginning position. This drill teaches passing and movement without the ball into a free position to support teammates. In the beginning, have your players walk through the drill. Note how the players move to each position. Remember, the ball is only being passed between the players at the bottom of the screen. Once the players learn when and where to move, then increase the pace. The real value of the exercise is shown when the pace is vigorous and the players are given less time to prepare themselves for each pass. This drill emphasizes support for the player with the ball and getting into proper position. Another tactical exercise is called 3 against 1. The players set up in 3 corners of a square. Player A passes to C. B moves to the upper right-hand corner of the picture after the pass to support C. C now passes the ball to B, and A moves to where B was to support B. A doesn't move until the ball is passed. B passes the ball to A, and C moves to where A was to support. As A passes the ball to C, B moves to the bottom right-hand corner. C passes to B as A moves to the side where B was, again to support. B in turn passes the ball to A, and C moves to the free corner. After A receives the ball, he passes it to C, and B moves to the other side. As can be seen, the ball is being kicked in a square. Now C has the ball, passes it to B, and A moves to the left. B, now having the ball, passes it to A. C moves to where A was. After A passes the ball to C, B moves over to the upper left-hand corner of the screen. After receiving the ball, C passes it to B, and A takes his original position. This is the end of the cycle, which should be repeated. Like in the first exercise, it is best to have the player walk through the drill first. Remember that the ball is going in a square-like fashion, and note where the players are moving, in a position to support teammates. Now have your players increase the pace. but watch how the players are still stopping at each corner for a moment. When the players are thoroughly familiar with the position they need to move to, shorten the reaction time by having them do it in a brisk manner. Now have a defender try to get the ball. Bringing this player into the center of the square gives the exercise many new dimensions. The fundamental passes are now practiced with less reaction time, and the defender is also learning his skill. The next step is to have the three players passing the ball to each other in different ways, like these players are doing. The player with the ball has the option to pass to either one of his supporting players. This dynamic exercise and its variations help in conditioning. Also in dribbling the ball, wall passing to other players while running, and sprinting to receive the ball from a teammate. First, note the letter representing each player. Z has the ball and starts to dribble towards A. When he's about 7 meters from A, he passes the ball to A. He then sprints to meet the return pass. Z now dribbles the ball towards B. When Z gets about 7 meters from B, he passes and sprints to meet B's return. Once Z receives the ball, it's then dribbled to player C. At this corner, the same thing happens. Z passes the ball to C and sprints to meet the return pass. Z now moves in towards the goal and tries to score, while the goalkeeper attempts to defend. Note how the player dribbling the ball needs to increase the speed after passing the ball to each person standing in the corner. Trying to score at the end of the dribble creates more interest for the exercise. The players at the corners must pass the ball accurately and in time for the player to receive the ball. This exercise develops teamwork and correct timing between players. Passing and sprinting to a new location is very important. The name of the game in soccer is support for your teammates. Watch the give and go again. Another version of this exercise is to add a defender. Later, add more players to create a game-like situation. After learning the fundamentals of dribbling, start practicing with a teammate. You can do this running at different speeds or running either close together or farther apart. Another basic dynamic exercise in soccer is passing between teammates. In all the exercises we have shown, reaction time is shortened. This exercise will give constant pressure for all participants. Note that there are 6 players, all represented by letters. The distance between the goal is not important, but in this instance it's around 40 meters. Player A and B start this exercise by passing the ball between themselves. Note they're moving down the field. When they get near the goal area, player C moves to defend the goal. After the ball gets past the defender, immediately C and D, using their own ball, start to pass the ball to each other, heading for the opposite goal. Again, when they get close to the goal, player E tries to defend. After the ball gets by that defender, players E and F start passing the ball, going back down the field. Note that players A and B are ready to start the cycle all over again. See how fast the action is taking place, the time allowed for each player to rest, and the players trading from offensive to defensive positions. This is a good interval exercise. Players are under constant pressure, but get a brief rest every other round. It's also a good 2-on-1 tactical exercise. Soccer is a strenuous game, but by utilizing these exercises and drills, you have an excited feeling for this sport. Remember, to keep your team in top physical condition, these and other exercises are essential. But through the training periods, a sense of achievement, companionship, and team spirit can be developed in soccer.